Hello guys and welcome to another video. Today we're going to be doing predictions of the Smite World Championships placement rounds. And yeah, I'm going to try and keep it short. I'm going to try and give my reasoning. So Luminosity is playing against Nocturnes or Loto. Like, they're not bad, but like Luminosity has been underperforming, but I doubt that they'll throw a game. Although they have, I don't know, if there's like any game the international team could win, I think Nocturnes is the one. That, like, honestly, I don't think Loto's gonna make it. I think it's definitely gonna be Nocturnes, which means Nocturnes could beat LG. But let's just be honest here that Luminosity is probably gonna win this. So wait, how to create a prediction? Right. So we move Luminosity here, and then play Obey. Trifecta and Signum. You know, in Signum, my boys, they're good and all, but I don't think they're gonna play up to Trifecta. I think Insignum have some land chokers on their team, so we'll see how that works out. But I don't know. I think Trifecta should not lose to Insignum. I still think Insignum is gonna make a relatively good run, but they're gonna have a slow start, in my opinion. Mars is definitely gonna beat Get on my level. Don't even talk about that. I think SK. So like everyone is like SK. Oh, they're number 6. They're bad. Like no, SK is a really fucking good team. The thing is that like every other team in the EU is so insanely good at Smite. Like between the top 5 in Europe, like any of those teams can win the World Championships. Like every team is taking games of each other. Mouse now with the new additions, the roster swap, which I thought was completely stupid. Like they're playing so well, so it's not really a question for me. SK is definitely a good team. I also think SK is better than a lot of the other teams here, like LG, maybe even CLG. We'll see. Rival is definitely going to be Namada. CLG, I think, has a good chance of beating Atletico. I don't see them losing. Like, they have a lot of players with LAN experience. CLG, it's not like they're going to choke at all. So I guess we're going down to lower bracket. Insignum's going to beat Get Off on my level. And I guess No Ping, right, is the wait, who's the Insignum? Armada, that's the North American Challenger team, right? I mean, I don't even know who's on that team, but they should be able to beat Atletico realistically. Like, Atletico was not that good from last time we played them, no offense. So this should be relatively easy to say that Atletico and Get on my level are most likely just gonna go out. That's the Australian team, right? Something like that. I don't think they're going to perform. Obey, even without Prime, I definitely think that Obey are going to beat Luminosity. The only way that Luminosity is going to have a chance is if they have some junk, like some jank, some dank, I don't even know what you want to say. Like, they have some cheese prepared. They have some other strats that they're going to throw out against Obey, which they definitely could have, and then LG could win, especially because Flippo is on there, and that might, like, shock them a bit more with like, oh snap, what are we going to do? They're cheesing us. But even if that happens, I still think Obey is going to have a relatively good run throughout the rest of like the losers bracket, then they can make it. But I definitely think it's just way more likely Obey is going to win. Mouseboards is going to be Trifecta. I don't have a doubt about that. Mouseboard is so insanely good. They've all played on LAN. They're like not bad LAN players at all. You have Dades, Chario pops on LAN as well. There's so many players that are like has the experience on the Mouseboard roster, so I don't see them playing bad. Like even Frosty, right? He has LAN experience as well. It's actually a very It's a very like seasoned team, Mouseboards, that's going in here. Hello, Astro Rebel, how are you doing? Is every game a best out of 1? No, I believe that these are like best out of 1s or best out of 3s. I'm not sure, but these are best out of 3s down lower bracket as far as I'm aware. Space Station against SK. Space Station's gonna take that. Now, I really like SK and they could have a chance, but realistically, Space Station is just a better team, and they should win that. And Rival, I think Rival's going to beat CLG. Like, Rival has not had a great season, but Rival always shows up when it matters. And I don't think that there's a doubt in my mind that Rival's going to make a good run for it. So, yeah, I think this is the upper bracket. Then CLG is definitely going to beat Nocturne. Oh, well, CLG is going to beat Nocturnes. SK and Insignum. Now, that's going to be a really hype match, honestly. I still think SK is the better team compared to Insignum. Like, they have the more experience. They're gonna have the more chill players. I think they're gonna have the better, like, their boot camping and stuff. And Insignum is just really playing. Like, I think they have the better chance. They're gonna have the better practice SK. I think they're in a better spot overall to take it SK. So realistically, SK is gonna make them. Insignum could win this, and I honestly think if Insignum wins this and they start getting pace, like they could beat CLG as well. That's if like CLG does not beat Rival, but I don't think Rival are gonna lose to CLG. Trifecta's gonna beat No Ping. That's not a problem. And Luminosity, Armada. That's also interesting, right? Because that's like the number 6 against the challenger. But I don't really know about Armada too much, so I'm gonna go ahead and say Luminosity brings that. I haven't seen Armada play, but I know that at least the challenger team that there was before, they've like taken some of the best players out of that, like Paul. Those guys obviously are not on there anymore, so yeah, it's still a bit rough, it seems. Moving on here, Obey Mousebots. Now this is gonna be a really exciting matchup. Now I think if they're playing with Flippo, I think Mousebots is gonna win this. But if they're playing with Prime, I think Obey is gonna win this. I think Mouse is insanely good. I think they're only gonna get better at LAN, and they're gonna have those games already that are gonna get them started. Like they have 2 games, everyone's in the LAN spirit. They're pretty solid team, so I think they're gonna beat Obey. Honestly, not saying Obey's not gonna make it, because they're definitely gonna make it, but yeah. And then Rival Space Station, that's really the match to look out for. Space Station is a good team with the addition of Demi now as a coach as well. I'm not sure, but I'm still going to have my EU bias and say that Rival is just straight up going to show up. Because like Rival shows up when it matters, and they're not going to lose to Space Station, because then they're going to be at risk, right, of going into that lower bracket, and I don't think they can do that. I still think that the teams that are going to qualify are these 4 teams, like without a doubt in my mind. These right here, the 4 teams that are going to qualify. So yeah, I think Rival is definitely gonna win here. Let's not forget Cherry won't be lacking, exactly. I mean, that just showed so much potential, Mouse, right? Like even when they played against Obey just now, like that was some close games, and without Prime, I think Obey is gonna be struggling. Obey is a good LAN team though, but we'll see. SK against CLG. This is really hard for me. Honestly, you know what? I think SK is gonna make it. I think SK is gonna smack up CLG. I think SK, the boys, they're finally done with not winning. They're gonna be ready to smack some NA boys, show that they're not who everyone thinks they are. So I think SK is gonna beat them. Mainly because that SK, I think CLG is gonna be underestimating SK, and I think that's gonna play out to their advantage as I get my Q pop. Let's dodge this Q so we can finish this prediction. Honestly, that seems like a great idea. New role swap. Who's role swapping? Do you think the team was better with Split and ADC? There's no. I think the new role swap team turned out to be better. However, I did not think that was how it's gonna go. Trifecta Luminosity. I think Trifecta is gonna win this. I don't really see LG beating Trifecta, Emo. I don't know. The thing is, like, Dardus was just kind of trolling, right? So, I don't know. Mouse Rival. This is going to be a hype game. However, Rival has had a history of always getting the better of Mousebots. So I think that they're going to get the better of Mousebots as well. With that said, Mouse is already qualified, and they might, like, take revenge on Rival in the final. Let's see here. But I think they're going to be just fine. Rival against Mouse. They really know how to beat them, which is can be quite hard. Like Mouse has played really well against Rival as well, but what was the most recent Mouse Rival? Didn't Mouse like actually beat Rival 2-0? I can't remember. I just think historically Rival is a better LAN team, and they always tend to show up. Now this whole prediction just builds on Rival actually being Rival and not being the Rival that we've seen throughout the whole season, because Macarena, they've had some rough ones, you know. But they always tend to show up at LAN. Obey, SK, Obey is gonna win that, even with Flippo, they're the better team. Space Station, Trifecta, I think Space Station is gonna beat Trifecta. Hello with Turtle. And then you're gonna have Obey, Space Station, and this is the hard one, right? Because like all these teams right here, the ones that I think are gonna qualify, I definitely think Mouse is gonna qualify over Trifecta. They're the better team. So, but Obey Space Station, I think Space Station is gonna win just because they're such a seasoned team, and that's gonna play in a factor. But like then again, at this point in time, Flippo has already played 1, 2, 3, 4 games, you know, and then it's gonna 3 games, right? So he's gonna be in the mood. And he knows, but I think it's realistically like Obey could end up losing here to Space Station, but still made it. They made the objective. Primo's gonna be out for Worlds. They're gonna be just fine. I think this is realistic. I think Obey could beat Space Station because they're still a really sick team. I haven't played them too much, so I don't know about Flippo yet, but Flippo seems to be a really sick player. Like at least we were like, yo, that Flipper guy, he's pretty nifty. So we'll see. Do you think SK will win East against Insignum? No, not at all. I think it is kind of a toss-up, but I think SK is the more seasoned and the better team. Insignum has land chuggers on their team. I think Insignum's gonna flop. Like, I really like the boys on Insignum, but I don't believe in them, dude. I'm sorry. Alright, Mouse is probably gonna beat Space Station. This is again just a toss-up in my opinion. That's like whoever has shown off the better. I think Mouse on paper, honestly, is a better team right now. Or they've shown better potential, at least in my mind. So I think Mouse could beat Space Station. I'm gonna it's rough, right? Nah, I think Mouse is gonna beat Space Station. And then I think between Rival and Mouse, it's just gonna be a toss-up again of who's gonna win, you know? Flipper's gonna be nervous AF, I think, maybe not. Well, the thing is, Flipper's gonna get to play against LG, and like even if Obey loses, like he's gonna get on with the land nerfs because he's gonna have played so many games. And like the thing is, the whole Obey roster is so good at making you comfortable. Like everyone on that team is so nice and is so seasoned, has so much experience. They don't get fucking like the land doesn't like touch them at all, you know? They're like so good at handling that, and that I think that's gonna like go on to Mr. Flipper, if that makes sense. Yeah, I think Flipper's gonna be just fine. I think of course it's gonna be a bit shaky in the first game, but that's like everyone, right? Rival Mouse, I'm not sure who wins this, honestly. But regardless of like who wins this, I still think Obey, Rival, Mouse, and Space Station are the teams that are gonna make it. Like my wild cards would be Trifecta, like making it, or like even SK could make a run for it. But if SK makes a run for it, that's gonna be at the cost of Obey, which I think is highly likely. Whereas if Trifecta makes a run for it, that's gonna be at the cost of Space Station, which I think is more likely. So yeah, that's that. I mean, honestly, I'm pretty happy with this prediction. It's a bit of a safe one. It's a bit of an obvious one, honestly. Just taking the teams I think with EU bias, obviously, that I think plays better. I definitely think 3U's teams are gonna make it. But then again, like you never know, because NA is like either NA plays like a sick meta, they play like one jungle, and you're like, what is going on? If Flipper makes it look like Primo isn't missing SPO next year, yeah, maybe, but I think this is like relatively good predictions. I don't think any team outside of EU and NA has like any chance at all. Honestly, like they have just historically just performed worse and worse as we go on. And No Ping is the Brazilian team, right? That made it over Black Dragon, sadly. We'll see how they fare. I don't think they're gonna beat Trifecta though. It's just way too hard for the international teams because they're so shite practice. They don't get to play against the best teams, and therefore they're just falling behind. But who knows? Maybe like the Australian team is gonna swipe the tournament. But I think this tournament starts on the 5th of November. Remember the 5th of November. But I think that's pretty much the bracket. If you guys like this video, make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and press the bell. And until next time, everyone, peace out.